This song would have landed on any artist. It landed on me because I was listening in that moment. And when I created it, it's like, it's also from my experience. So many people I fight a lot of battles. I may not come out and say things. People fight me on a daily basis. People fight my music from being played. People fight me every time. They don't want me to be the guy I am. They don't want me to speak up for myself. People keep fighting on a daily basis.
Hey, UG boy, let's talk to them. Let's talk, chicka, let's talk to them. Let's talk to them. Let's talk to them. Let's talk, chicka, let's talk to them. Yeah, I'm from a beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. Hailing with a 256, it's in my blood. That's a gem where the mountains rise, with stories untold. The tapestry of cultures unfolding, so vibrant and bold. A symphony of stars, a celestial light. The drums beating, echoing through the night, just like a beacon of light. A reflection that's coming up from the Nile. I'm flowing straight into the heart of Africa, with timeless stories untold. What's up, Doug?
2, 1, we go.
TUBTS. Welcome back to the show. Today we're joined by a returning guest, a lyrical minstrel and a visual innovator, APAS. Fresh off his concert that was in January earlier this year at Serena Hotel. And he's here to share about the show and to address some controversies that happened or people talk about. And we're also going to spend the most part of this podcast diving into the stories behind his latest album, which was also released towards the end of last year, which is called APAS. Now, welcome back to the podcast, APAS. It's been nearly a year. I think I was looking at the date and I had you last year in June.
Interesting. And we're back. We're back and we're alive.
For the listeners who did not get a chance to check out our old episode that we did when APAS first came on the podcast, it's up on YouTube. You might go want to watch that first before you come back to this one, because we might not repeat some of the stuff we talked about in that one. And actually that episode, we were talking more about the Bagonza album that he had just released that same year. So last year he released 2 albums. He had over 42 songs on that album. So like, oh my God. And we talk about that. So go watch that. And today we're going to talk about something different. And I usually have like this or that on this podcast, but I'm not going to go into that because today I want to dedicate ample time to the package that I put together, because I feel like I want people to take away something from this episode, because most times we listen to music, and I was talking to you about this on the phone, that we talk about music and people judge music off the beats, of any other thing is a liberty anime, but they don't really take time to read the lyrics. So today in this episode, we're going to dive into your album and what those lyrics meant. First off, well, I want to congratulate you on the Serena show that was on January 31st, 2025, earlier this year. The music, the visuals, the energy were top notch. Everything. And people still talked about the concert Tuesday because it was different than any other concert we've seen in Kampala. What was your vision when planning this concert?
First thing first, we had a very long time to actually plan the concert. I wanted it for 2020, and it never happened because of COVID. And we couldn't have the concert happen at that time, so we pushed it. We pushed the concert to 2025, and it's all because I didn't want to put up a concert just after people are coming out of this time where they were not working and a lot was going on. So I gave it time, and we planned afresh with Steve of Fenon, and we put together something that is amazing. Me, my sound man, my team, my sister, my friends, and my fans. We put up something to remember, and we wanted to give people something that is different, because I've watched so many people's concerts. I've been at so many people's concerts, and the experience is good, but I really wanted to give people something that is a little different from myself, because so many people do what they do, and I also want to do what I want to do. And what I want to do is always different. It's never just like the other people and what they do. Respect to them, but when I handle things, I handle them professionally and in a different way. So my concert for me was something to learn from. It was like a teachable moment for an artist who attended or who is watching the videos that we are dropping on YouTube of the concert. It's just for them to learn something that teamwork makes the dream work.
And that's why I said earlier that this is a concert that we still talk about today. It's been like 4 months now, but this is something people will remember. And for the people that went to the concert, I didn't go to the concert, but I watched on YouTube and I've seen the videos that you drop. But the people that were at the show, because we gave out a ticket on this podcast for somebody to go and watch APAS live, and also one of the guys that I work with was at the show. And the feedback they give you is like, man, the guy had good visuals, there was good sound. And even majority of people who do their little talks on the internet, everybody was praising that. And the visuals were striking. What do you think many artists overlook this aspect of performance? They just put up something.
I think for me, it's preparation, first of all. We did rehearsals for 3 months with the team that we put up with the band. Amazing players. We work with so many good artists who are the guys who are playing. And we also had 2 amazing vocalists that were supporting me. I had a vocal coach for the concert, that's Tonya, and we put everything together. I had an amazing sound man, Kabu, who made sure that the sound is epic. Because with so many shows, people think it's just the lighting, it's just the stage and all that. The stage is one thing, the lighting is one thing, but you have to have the right people to make sure everything is in tune. If you're looking at the outfits, we had like 3 designers on the outfits, and mainly for me it was Alekul who did my outfits personally, and and he did majority of the outfits on the concert. And for me, that's the beautiful thing, having the right people put things together. It's never you alone. My sister was my manager. She ran the whole show. She was the main character, and it's hard to see because sometimes people are just looking at the artists and they're not really looking at the other people around, like Steve of Fenon. Everything was done which means professionally. And that's what we did, like from the press conference to the show itself. I did all the interviews I had to do, talk to everyone. I tried to promote the show every single day, which is very important. People sometimes think that a show will happen because people know you. People may know you, but people may not be aware of your show. So you have to keep it in their faces so that they remember. And when the time comes, they show up and you have a sold out show. And I guess because people know that I am really, really good, so many people came to see. And because other people think I'm fake, they also came to see if I'll prove them right that I'm fake. And trust me, it was a different experience for them. I changed a lot of people's minds, like people who are disrespecting me. I still see many try to do that nowadays, which is okay because they want to get a response from me. But I feel like it's masturbation for them. Masturbation.
I had to laugh for that one because that was funny. But with everything nice, everything good, and with the show, there has to be some challenges. What challenges did you face bringing up this vision to life?
It was tough. Like for me, I feel like everything is tough, but the toughest part was me visualizing singing a majority of like 34 songs on a stage. If I'm not wrong, there were either 34 or 33 that I had to sing myself. That is really, really tough to do all those songs and keep your voice intact. And it's all about composure. And one thing that, like, I did vocal warm-ups and all these things, but the most important thing was not even the vocal warm-ups. The most important thing was pacing myself throughout the performance, which is very, very pivotal, which is very important. You have to pace yourself and have your voice at a particular level and don't overmove it, because if you sing in an unnatural way, you will hurt your voice and now you'll be pitching. Oh yeah. The voice is gone, you know? So you have to be very careful with how you handle your voice. And even throughout the time, I tried to rest. Though it was hard to rest because you're overwhelmed by the thoughts, the day's coming, I'm going to be on the stage, people, expectations of the people, everything is inside your head. You know, you're thinking about the sales, You're thinking about your performance. But for me, the performance was the most important thing because the sales, I knew I would sell out. So it wasn't even a thing. Even when my show was sold out, I didn't talk about it. Because for me, that's not the issue. I know I will sell out. The issue was, what do I do on that stage? Which is the most important thing. People remember your performance. They don't remember that you sold out. Some people can focus on that when they have small brains. But for anyone who is trying to do something that is important for the people, you focus on the craft. You do not focus on the people who come. Because the people are going to come. But when they come, they expect a lot from you. So your focus should be on their expectations, satisfy the fans, whether they are 10 or 10,000. Your focus should be on delivering. And for me, that was the biggest burden for me. Because when I was backstage and they were yet to call me and the midnight drum beat started playing, I just put my head down. I said, Bagonza, don't disappoint people.
Yeah.
Don't disappoint anyone. Don't disappoint yourself. This is your time, you know? And the first two songs, I was just overwhelmed by the joy in the people's eyes, feeling the energy in the room, looking at the amazing people who turned up for my show. You know, the spirit was really high and I was very overwhelmed and very humbled. Like my show really humbled me. It showed me love and it also showed me that I am worth hundreds of millions for a performance. I'm not a 5 million artist or 10. Like I'm worth more.
That was a performance that you can put up against anybody, any other artist anywhere. And you could show, and the visuals show, you put it up, the lighting, everything. But you mentioned a good point that where we're at in Uganda right now, it's more of like, those are the first pictures you see on the social media. People are taking pictures of the seats. Nobody's talking about how the artist delivered the music. I think it's also with the artists themselves. They don't give themselves time to prepare the concert. Like, look at you, 10 years, and you wanted to make it perfect. But somebody just wakes up tomorrow, hey, I'm going to do this. And they just, out of the blue, they just do that.
And they don't prepare. Like people don't rehearse. People rehearse for 1 week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You want to do something that is really good. You need to know that you actually have the stamina to do it. Because even in some of the last rehearsals we did in the last week, we were going through every single song from start to the end.
Yeah.
And that shows, it has to show that you're going to sing a song from the start to the end. And you have to be able to do that because that is exactly what you're going to do on that stage. Can you do what you didn't rehearse? That's very difficult. You know, you have to go through something, you know, have that mental fortitude and focus on what you're trying to do and make sure that you see it work the way it has to work. Me, even just with the rehearsals, I knew I was going to have the best sound because Kabu and Triton were just doing the best work ever. My sound man is from Switzerland and he's a friend of mine. And he told me he's going to come and show up and support me. It wasn't for money. We are friends. And this gentleman came, I think it was 23rd of December. It's when he arrived. He came through. He was in a full month's rehearsal, trying to get everyone in order, trying to organize everything with the guys, the stems, with the band, put everything in order so that we have something beautiful. And for me, that's everything. When you have someone who is dedicated, even when he was sick, that man was doing rehearsals with us when he had typhoid. And he was in the rehearsals. He didn't say, I'm sick, I'm not feeling well, I cannot do this now. He showed up and he made the show sound the way I couldn't believe it would sound. Because I've been to so many shows, no show sounded like my show.
I agree with
and
that.
that's something special. That's something special. And that only would happen with having someone who cares, you know, for the craft. And it met two people who care about music. You know, I didn't choose Cabo didn't choose me. It just happened. The friendship was there, the energy was there, and the professionalism to show up every single day. We were laughing all the time going to the rehearsals. We're enjoying ourselves in the rehearsals. We would fight sometimes with our friends with the band, but it's all expected, because everyone has an idea of what they want to do and all this, and everyone has an ego here and there, small here and there, but we found a way to work together and pull off something for the APAS fans. And it was just something beautiful. Not to just get people to sing, muyimbe, giving the mic to people. Me, I want to sing.
Right.
I hate to just make the fans sing. If they sing, okay, fine. You can sing with me, but I really want to sing for you. Like, it's special when you sing for human beings. And for me, since it's my dream, it's my goal, it's been my goal. And my goal is always to reach my goal. And my goal has always been to sing. So I always try to be that guy, other than be the guy who makes them do that. I want to be the man to do it for you.
Were there any moments during the concert that felt extra special and emotional for you while you're performing?
The end of the concert, trust me, was the special part. Knowing that I've proved myself right, that I am the God. I've proved myself right that I am who I think I am. This has nothing to do with anyone. Because when I was starting this music, no one was there thinking with me, telling me that, oh, you should do this, or you should do that. Nah. I was introduced to music by my parents because they played it around and they made me love this thing. And I was inspired by the artists I listened to date. So many artists have inspired me, Ugandan artists from outside Uganda, that have inspired me to be the artist I am. And making a mark. Sometimes when we tell people to make a mark, they start pulling out a marker. And yet that is not what we mean. We mean just make a mark. I made a mark. And just doing the concert and seeing the concert end 5 minutes to 12 midnight, I knew, Nganjia, I've been through the struggles at midnight. I've done everything. And before midnight, I made it.
You made it. That was beautiful.
And my mom was there. My dad was there. Some of my friends were there. The most important friends were actually there. Trust me. Seeing them, some of them couldn't even watch the whole show because they were at the gate trying to get people in. Trying to organize with the tickets and stuff. Some of them are watching the concert just like you. Because they had to sacrifice something for me. And it's just so beautiful to have the right people around you. My designer, Lekul, flew in from London to make sure this gets done. And after he flew back to London on Saturday, it's just so special to have people who are pure-hearted, who want to work with you and want to see something that is amazing. That's why I looked nice on the stage. No one would complain about anything. No one would complain about the sound, the stage. Steve did an amazing production. Cabo did amazing. Triton did amazing. The designers did amazing. My manager did amazing. The artist was superb. The fans enjoyed, It's the most important thing. And for me, there was no challenge. I was just overwhelmed by everything. Every step of me performing was special because we had segments, 4 segments. We had the party segment, we had the slow segment, we had the reggae segment, and we had the last party segment, which was also different, having the concert in segments and just giving people different vibes in different times. It was just special for me and all the artists I had that performed with me as well. Lillian, the amazing Liko Banji, the amazing Lillian, they all did so well. And for me, I'm just thankful. And my curtain raisers, they were Rafiki. They were the only curtain raisers. The artists from Fenon, they're my friends, and they're the only people I let to come on my show, which was also amazing just to have ladies only performing at my show. Just like the album, Bagonza, ladies only features. So I did the same thing, and it was just so special.
It was really special. And you also went ahead to do something special that not very many people think about. It was just unique. The way you did your thing, like I was telling you over the phone, that you could have sat down and put the whole show or dropped the whole videos on YouTube, but you broke down, like you just refresh your mind every day. Like every week you drop a new song organized very well with a clear footage. But not only that, you also went ahead to create an album for the live concert. I don't think many artists do that, but that's unique, and it's somebody really think you can really tell that somebody put their time into it, like to put up 19 songs of Apas live, like, because for people like us who were not able to come to the concert, like I was telling you before we started, like I was at a concert and I play it, like I can play Olumba on the original album, but then listening it with the noise in the background with the people singing together, like you feel like you are at a concert. That's why I was telling you, like, Pulianga concert, because it's the same song, but it's different vibe. Like you feel like you were there and like the way you sing it. So I appreciate that you did that for us, and we love it.
Trust me, that's all Cabo and Triton. They recorded each and everything. They did amazing post-production to get everything in line, balanced out very well for people to listen to something that is well done. And that's the thing. When you have a live sound engineer on stage with you in the crowd, making sure everything is done, effects being pushed live in the concert, it was something else, trust me. And for me, I think that's the most beautiful thing, having the right people. That's why we're able to release something like that is of quality for people to listen. And actually, we had that already in mind, but it was also emphasized by Shak Mayanja. He told me, Apas, he was at the concert as well. He told me, Apas, he was actually at the stairs as I was going up. He's like, you're doing good. That's good. Do this more. That is really good. So even having Shak Mayanja there, it was just amazing. Having a legend like him support me on my concert. Maurice Kiria. These were my friends really giving me support. Even before the concert, Maurice was telling me how to move on stage, showing me certain things because he has done it for a very long time. Having the right people for me is everything. Yourself, you alone can never do it alone. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's what I got to see with the concert, having different people doing different things, helping you make something work out so well. And Shak emphasized and said that, Apas, as you're doing this, make sure that when you release the concert, release it in segments. Just release one song per song, maybe a week or every after 2 weeks, which I'm actually doing. So we're focusing on that and cutting the clips very well, because we had probably 8 cameras shooting the whole thing. We had a drone. The whole thing was geared up for the recording, because we really wanted, if you don't record it, then it never happened.
Right.
We wanted it to be recorded very well so that people can watch after if someone was not at the show. And it's also part of my electronic press kit right now. Because if someone wants to book me for a festival, they can just look at my concert and know that I have something special. It's easy because my production was close to the Grammys.
Exactly.
You're looking at something that is of that quality, you know? So if my stage looks like a BET stage or like a Grammy stage or MTV, whatever, it just shows what I can do. So that's the standard. We want to move with that kind of standard going forward.
You definitely raised the bar for all the artists and something to look up to. But after the concert, there was an issue that some YouTubers were uploading your performance without your permission. Can you tell us what happened? You tried to explain to it on your TikTok live, any social media, you're trying to educate them what exactly happened. Can you share that with us? Elevate your podcast game today. Are you looking for a perfect place to record your podcast in Kampala? Look no further. Danceoff Studios, located at Ivory Plaza on Wilson Street, Level 3, Room 4, is a perfect place for you. Danceoff Studios has professional recording equipment, comfortable and creative environment, expert for all your podcast needs. Book your session today. Find them on all social media platforms or reach out to them directly to secure your spot. Let them make your podcast dream a reality. Danceoff Studios, where stories come to life.
For me, I feel like people have to respect intellectual property, because if you create art, like some of us, and someone comes with a phone and captures the show with their phone, your phone can't capture audio like our mixer that we are using on the stage. The mixer on the stage is giving you the exact sound from the mic. You're capturing secondary audio. We are capturing the primary audio and everything, and this is my show. I've spent money on it. You know, you can't spend hundreds of millions to put things together and someone just plays around with it. You want to make sure that at least you have the creative control, and you also have the control to release your work the way you want to release it. So I didn't want people to just put out anything with low quality, because I was going to release stuff with the highest quality for a fan to purely enjoy the show the way it's supposed to be enjoyed from all angles, which is very important. But for you, you're capturing in one angle and you want to put out, please stop that. And I just wanted people to know that. And respectfully, I went writing on each person's page and said, please remove. I gave them 24 hours, extended it to 12 more hours after the 24, and some of them didn't, and then started striking the videos on their channels. Yeah, which was not good for them, but that's the choice they took. So people have to respect people's work. So that's another thing I wanted to show people, that if we are putting in money into all this, capture all this stuff, you know what it means to hire 8 cameras, close to 8 cameras, like, and a drone just to shoot a whole concert. Get guys who are capturing behind the scenes. Get guys who are capturing in front of the scenes, like, before even the show starts. It's all money, and people sometimes don't respect people's hard work. They think they can just play around with it, and I don't think it's fair.
And so something I usually tell people, I appreciate when people share the clips of my podcast that I put up on YouTube, on social media. But when you take my clip and you download it and you put it on your channel, don't make it yours. And it just doesn't take much. You just put it down there, credit the source of the channel. That's all I ask for. Like, I appreciate, because we do these things for the word to get out to the people, which is okay. And I don't care about anybody who's sharing that. But if you're going to take or cut something out of this recording to put on your channel, just credit the source for that. And that's all you ask for.
Yes, I think it's important for people to have that kind of respect, like to credit people for their hard work. And sometimes people don't have that kind of respect. But it's really necessary for someone to respect other people's work.
Yeah.
It's very prudent.
So some YouTubers have the argument that it's free promotion when they do that. But do you think Ugandan artists need to be more proactive protecting their intellectual property?
They have to be, because it's their work. It's not free promotion. You've seen it and you think it's of quality, so you want it on your page to get the ratings.
Right.
Because if you put it up, it will look good on your page as well, which I totally understand. The best you can do is to tag the person so that people go and see the full story, because you just speak in a piece, but just put a small piece. It's just like someone getting your whole podcast and they put the whole thing on
their channel,
on their page, on their channel, or get the whole song that you put on YouTube and they put the whole song on like TikTok or like Instagram, or like, it's unfair. Like, how will I make sales of my work? And you think you're promoting me, you're actually sabotaging my growth. And I feel like people should also look into that and know that some things, they are not helping. They're actually not helping the creative who is doing the work.
So this is the third segment where I wanted to dive into your album. I really appreciate your hard work. I really appreciate the work. You love music. You love your work. And you do everything with intention. Not to say that other artists don't, but for me, I think I'm closer to you, and I love your music. And that's why I wanted to sit down to break down some of these songs, on all the songs on the Bagonza album on the APAS album, because we did Bagonza. You released this album in December 21st of 2024. And it's a collection
My birthday.
Your birthday. Oh, and it's a collection of 11 songs produced by Trayton Music and mixed and mastered by Barrow, with an expansion of the track mixed by Cabo.
Yeah.
I wanted to start with a question of, like, before we dive into the songs, why did you do 11? Because the past African Yayo was 26, Bagonza was 42, Kampala was 22. Why did you go back to 11?
I wanted to do a mini dancehall album. That's what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to do a mini dancehall album because people were like, oh, Bagonza album had a lot of singy songs. It had so many songs that are mellow, very singy. So I wanted to do something that is really a dancehall pack for them, just give them something dancehall with a bit of conscious music like Olumba, with the exception of Olumba, but majority of the songs are dancehall. Whether they were mellow, whether they were hard, like it was just dancehall lyrics. Yeah.
We're going to dive into each song, all 11 songs. So get ready to just sit down because we're going to break down, not all of it. I picked out some lines from the song that Epos is going to explain
Interesting.
to us. So I really love it and I hope people enjoy it because I love it. So we're going to start with the first song, Pelle. This one feels like a declaration of war and you had swagger and status to it. You come in swinging with lines like, in a dancehall, I'm a walking Pelle. Them are two talk like Pelle. In a dancehall, them are walking dead. Zombie me.
Yes.
Zombie me put one in a damn head. Can you break that down for us? Like, what were you trying to communicate about your role in the game and about the difference between talking and actually doing the work?
The song Pelle is like, because Pelle is like one of the top footballers. Like if they're talking about the goats, they talk about a person called Pelle. Was a black man, and he was a strong black man, and he was so skilled. And that's how I see myself. I'm too skilled. And that's why I was saying, Pelle, 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 Pelle. In dancehall, I'm a walking Pelle. They talk too much like Pelle. But in dancehall, they are walking dead. Zombie, or put one in a damn head. That was it. Basically, you just talk like Pelle, but I'm actually Pelle. I'm the living Pelle. I'm the walking Pelle because Pelle is dead.
Yeah.
But in dancehall, I'm the walking Pelle because right now I'm moving. But for you, you're a zombie.
Straight up, like showing you what's up.
Yes. Zombies keep coming. Basically, zombies keep coming. Even when you shoot it, it just keeps coming.
Yeah. But you also said, greatness upon me like it's ordained. I'm a king already. Me just maintain. That sounds like deeply spiritual. Are you talking about like a divine purpose here or something?
Let me actually check where that line stems from, because I have the lyrics on my phone. So I'm going to see where the line stems from so that I give you a clear picture.
While you're looking at that, I'll say something that I really appreciate, that you're also another artist that takes time to put lyrics on each song. Like, I really respect that. Like, sometimes you just want to go and listen to a song while reading the words, like to get a better understanding.
Yes, greatness is on me like it is ordained. I'm a king already, I just maintain. The first line was, I pop champagne while they complain. If someone is popping champagne, they're celebrating. But as I'm celebrating, they're complaining. But I'm not in a race to win a campaign. You get? Because I'm not competing with anyone. Greatness is on me like it is ordained. I'm a king already, I just maintain. I'm not out here trying to do anything. I'm here to just maintain my kingship.
Yeah, you already know you're great, so like you're just maintaining.
Yes, I already know I'm great. I'm just maintaining the greatness. They play football, but this is my game. The game they play is football. The game I play is music. This is my game. They know how to play football.
There was another line, so like it's the one that says like the industry into a dead body. Do you feel like there's a lot of fakeness and mediocrity in the industry, like you're calling out in that line? Oh.
So basically, I'd love to start the line from up, where I said, Ugandan all-star. So this is for real. You can't trick AP, you're too sloppy. Sidigona and my finger, them too OP. I'm happy, trigger happy, Not any day, you can't be too lucky. I will turn the industry into a dead body.
Yeah.
Since I'm trigger happy with these lyrics, anytime I'm turning this industry into a dead body, because it's Pelle, it will only be the living one. Everyone is gonna be dead.
And when I was doing this preparation for this album, I wanted to like begin with the songs that I like because I wanted to be biased. I was like, oh man, I love Olumba. I'm gonna
Yes.
say, but I was like, no, I think there's a reason to why he put Pelle as number one. He put the song in the order. So I was like, I'm gonna maintain the order because when you listen to the song Pelle, it's a declaration of war. Like, I am who I am. I am great. And actually, we're gonna come to that to the last song of APAS. Like that. There's if you listen to these songs in order, you know why Pelle is number one, and you know why APAS is the last song.
It's the last one. Yes, exactly.
But with that, we're gonna go to the song A. Now we get into this track A. The rhythm is crazy. The energy is wild. The repetition of A. It feels like a sonic chant. There's a line that stood out to me, and it says, actually a few lines. She wind her waist with no underwear. Big man if he put big thing under there. Me na feet get Jen. The listeners, you're gonna excuse me because there's some of these words do not rulimi la music katinza tali muyembi.
Yes.
But let me read it. Me na feet get gentle under there. Beat it up like omukwano wandabi. That's a bold image, man. Like, can you talk about that line, the tone and the intention and the space you were creating that?
So the song is Air. So it's a dancehall song. And dancehall has all this kind of like aggressiveness, you know. And this is like a more like sexual, like intimate kind of song. So it's like, but it's in the dance. You know, she wind her waist with no underwear. Big man have to put big thing under there. Me na get gentle. I'm not going to get gentle under there. You know, I beat it up like mukwano under there. Olina ngeri jonywezeza. But you know, no, you are dealing with a movie star. I spray your body like Maison Sa. Maison Sa is a perfume brand. You know, spray your body like Maison Sa. Nzali na buli chimu chikukusa. So, yes. So it's like a bouncing song. And as you can see, it's explicit in a way, but done in a good way. Because I like to do songs like that, but I want to cover up. I don't want a song to feel very vulgar. I want them to be cleaned up.
Yeah, and actually what you just said here, like you made it sound like the sound, you blend street language, sexual energy, and like cinematic image. Like you even say, you know you're dealing with a movie star. Is this like a song more about like confidence or about like fantasy?
Yeah, confidence. Like you're dealing with a movie star. You know, you're dealing with someone who is an action person. You know, if you watch action-packed movies, because that's my preference, you know, like she's dealing with a movie star. Like I'm a star and I'm a movie star. So just imagine if you're talking about a movie, what thing do they call a movie with the word blue? So you get me? So when you say she's dealing with a movie star, I just don't want to put other things to it, but I'm just showing you. It's an image of showing you what is going on because I'm going to spray your body like Maison Sa. And what am I going to spray with? Like, I just don't want to talk everything. It's very deep. It's very encrypted in a sense, but in a good way. So you have to think too much to even understand what I mean in each line. Yeah.
There's a Ugandan cultural texture in the song too. Like you say lines like "open up," like "nyama luwambo" and "chioman."
Yes.
Like, were you intentionally trying to blend some Luganda in there with the dancehall style in it?
Yeah, I always do. That's like my specialty. So yeah, she opened up like "nyama luwambo," "sita manju wana miryango." That's deep.
Yeah.
That shows that I'm not LGBT. I'm straight. You get me?
Right.
You know, she opened up like nyama ya luwombo. Sita manju wana miryango. Yeah, that's just a teachable moment as well. So you have to like listen very deep. Obochitegera to even understand. Obochitegera. Sita manju njita miryango.
Exactly. The
repetition
of A is like purely rhythmic, or does it carry like an emotional, like some way to the song?
It carries an emotional thing to it. You just imagine A in the context of what I'm saying in the verses. Yes, it means something. It means something.
When I was sitting down to write, even like to focus on the words and stuff, it was like I had the music playing in the background. Like that's how I did every song because I wanted to like connect to the song. But like it sounds like a club anthem. Like it's a song you play in a club, even people like dance to it. Like for those people who care about the beat and whatever, but even those who care about the lyrics.
The lyrics, yeah.
We go to track number 3, Finer. So this one is smooth, confident, and full of charm. And there's a line too that I really like. My girl, you're bad. My girl, you're finer. Mama wa kabikuba, you're real designer. Olimu maso mulaini. Look how you whine on time. That's poetry. That's poetry right there and praise all in one.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration here? Like, are you describing a specific woman or type of woman you admire?
Like, when I got the beat from Triton, that beat just sounded... You know, Triton sent me this beat maybe a year ago or 1.5 years ago, and I never paid attention. So I listened to the beat again, I think, if I'm not even mistaken, and I'm like, wow, why have I not even sung to this? This should be on my APAS album. So it's like one of the last songs I actually recorded for the album.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was so mellow that I had to sing about this amazing girl, because that's the picture I was having. And it's not like anyone in particular, but I was just like, you know, my girl, you are bad, my girl, you are finer. Mama, Kavikuba, a real designer. You know, just showing her that, you know what, you're this fine because your mom was also fine. You know? You can't be this fine. Your mom is really, really fine. If you're this fine, your mom is the best. You know, she produced an amazing human being. You know, I was just saying, I was just appreciating the beauty, you know, of the lady in the song.
You really did. But you also got this great line that say, "Nyenye chiwato ngamanyi gatonado." It's playful, but intense.
Agamanyi gatonado.
Agamanyi gatonado.
Yes.
You try to keep it stylish and clever. And you also said, Nyumirwa, how you do me. Girl, Olina, Yansoma, Obusomi.
Yes.
It's like, girl, you're teaching me. Who's teaching you books, the metaphor. Like, it's funny and it feels... Would you say Finer is more about lust, love, or admiration?
It's more about lust in a sense, but also love. You know, you're just appreciating this person and you're being all dramatic in one way or another. At the same time, you're trying to be, to tell her these nice, sweet words, but at the same time, you're trying to be funny.
Right.
You know? But you're trying to be sweet at the same time, which is really amazing. So that's the angle that I was looking at the project at. That's the angle.
But Finer really showcases your ability to write something that people can dance to, but also like the flirting lines that I was mentioning. Like it's a balance of always like for aiming when you write. So I really appreciate that because you listen to a song, you can dance to it, but also if you're in just a mood of just like to listen to the words, you like listen to it and like
you know, like yes, you know, like Nyumira, oh you do me, girl olinge yansomo busomi, a long time girl I do me, but baby guava singo buwomi. Together. So I've had so many people, but you're sweeter than them. So please never leave me, because Bintu Binji, you owe me. Baby, believe me. You are made for my kaki. That means something else. Kaki means something else. If you go into the Jamaican language, it means something else.
I feel like for people who struggle with pickup lines, but give us some lyrics. When pick up lines didn't know like people, why do you struggle with a pickup line? Just come read the lyrics.
You know, people use my lyrics for pickup lines.
Exactly.
So many people reach out to me and they say, "Man, for me, I got your girlfriend off your lyrics."
Yeah, no, they're great.
Are you serious?
Track number 4, Domino. Domino. This one feels like a love fever track, but also almost like you are caught between desire and emotion overload. And for this one of my favorite lines was, drive her crazy, but not a taxi. Glue to her body, call man epoxy. Beat it up, no Michael, I'm Tyson. Bad mixture, my girl, you're spice and enticing. This is a clever
Yeah.
wordplay right there. And that's what we've just been talking about. Like, walk us through the moment,
Yeah.
that moment in the song. Like, what inspired you to come up with a punchline like that?
Domino is like one of my favorites
Really?
on the album. Yeah, trust me, like it's one of my favorites on the album. I think the verse you're looking at is verse 2 probably.
The drive how
Yeah.
crazy, but not a taxi.
Driver crazy, but I'm not. But I'm not a taxi. Glued to her body. Call man, epoxy. Yeah, you know epoxy?
Stood out to me because I use epoxy to glue. It's like a clear. And actually, for people who don't know epoxy, like at my work, we use like 5-minute epoxy. You mix it, and in 5 minutes, it sticks, and you cannot even separate it. Like it's really like.
Exactly. So it's like solid glue, you know. So for me, that's one of the things that I wanted to show. Like I'm glued to her like that, you know, and I'm gonna beat it up like Michael. I'm going to beat it up, but not like Michael, because Michael Jackson did a song called Beat It.
Yeah.
But if I beat it, it's not going to be Michael. It's going to be Tyson, because even Tyson is Mike.
Yeah.
So I was just giving you that relativity to know that it's not Michael, it's Tyson, you know, because Tyson is punching, is coming in heavy, you know. Michael wouldn't come in heavy like Tyson. You get me? Bad mixture. My girl, you're spicy and enticing.
And you fill this album with some like cinematic lines. Mbadde kuchalo, how me missed her.
How did I miss her?
Yeah, how did I miss her? Nga mbadde ndaba ba sexy sister. That's hilarious. Was that a true story?
Yeah, like it's like you're saying, mbadde kuchalo, how did I miss her? Nga mbadde ndaba ba sexy sister. Nemera wano sigenda Pakistan. I think I said Pakistan.
Let me see. Where are we in Domino? Okay.
Nemera wano sigenda Pakistan.
Yes. Nemera wano sigenda Pakistan. How me feed distance the sweet addiction. Yeah.
Me make up one conversation.
In my brain, for me get in a conversation. Yeah.
So that I get into a conversation. You get me? So how do I say that? It's like, okay, I make up a conversation in my head or in my brain for me to get into a conversation. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm even trying to make all these things up in my head so that I can get into a conversation. Nemera wano sigenda kapeka. My soldiers are good at it.
I want to ask you about
you know
Kapeka.
the place?
Kapeka Manillo.
Manillo, so people go there for shooting and stuff. So I said, you know, Nemera wano sigenda kapeka. My soldiers salute at his attention. Driver crazy, but I'm not a taxi. Then we get to that point, which is really interesting.
That Kapeka line stood out to me because when I was little, we used to go to Kapeka. There's a church down there that we used to go to. Yeah, but like, oh, but it's crazy.
Yeah, you have to relate to things that people also know, or places and also bring, because if you're shooting, then it's more like, okay, it's like an army or it's like stuff like that. It's like you're a soldier. So yeah, my soldier is saluting, but in the Nemera wanosigenda kapeka.
And actually, that's also that line, my soldier salutes at his attention, appears again in Pelle because you use it like a affirmation. Is that someone on a mission or in a battle when it comes to love of music?
For me, it's like showing that it's a man on a mission.
Yeah.
A man that is focused on his goal. He's gonna win. This is a battle. Whether it's love, we all fight. Like you fight for the one you love. You know? It's all a battle. The world is a battlefield. So I look at it like that as a musician. So that's how I expressed myself on that particular one. I wanted to show that kind of like energy, you know, that soldier-like energy within the projects, those particular projects.
I think with this, and as we go on, we still have a lot of other songs to go through, but I want the listeners to, even where we are right now, to just appreciate what goes on behind a song you hear on the radio. Like there's so much. Like what you just talked about here, like coming up with these lyrics, like forming a song that you think people can relate to when you read a line. Like the word kapeka, like I know the song was a bang and stuff, but that word, like, it brought back memories in my head just from listening to the lyrics, and makes you love the songs. Like, oh my god, that song says Kapeka. And there's an artist in America who adopted a kid in Uganda. He's a great like country artist. What's his name? He sings a song Changes, but he mentions a line Uganda in that song. And because I connect with Uganda, I loved his song because it talks about home.
Yeah.
So like small things like that. But in also Domino, you do a repetition of Domino multiple times. What was the purpose of?
So the song is, it's like pieces are falling on pieces, like a domino effect, as you could say, like you know that. But at the same time, this song is inspired by a school in Mutundwe, which is St. Matia Mulumba. It's very close to our home in Mutundwe, Chirinyabigo. And the song, these guys used to sing a song. I mama domino, domino, domino so. I mama domino, domino, mama domino so. I mama domino, domino, domino so. I mama domino, domino, domino so. Director Tambulova, yeah, Tambulova.
Yeah.
You know, so when I was doing this song, I was like, I'm a domino, domino. I'm a domino, domino, so. Domino, domino. So it's just a childhood song I listened when I was a kid. And I just flipped it into something else.
It's funny that you say that, because my last line here was going to say, like, I was going to ask you a question. Is this like mostly emotional or honest track about it? But the backstory you given before even I asked that song, it sounds like it's a honest track of like where it comes from.
Yeah.
We move to track number 5, which track number 5 is my all-time favorite song on this album. I don't know how many times I've listened to this song. Probably a lot. Because like I posted a story the other day when I was at work. I'm like, this is like as everyday dose. Like every day I have to play Olumba. So we lift the energy into something deeply motivational. Olumba. This song feels like the heartbeat of the album. It's a gritty, it's uplifting, and you sound like you're speaking directly to a hustler, like the dreamer, the ones who have been stepping on, the ones who've been stepped on but haven't given up. And the line that really stuck with me, actually, I might even write it on the wall and just put it in my podcast studio. Bakola nyo 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 bakule mesi. Wasigalo olumba, 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 olumba. And the repetition of olumba sounds like a mantra. What does that word, or why was it important to build a chorus around the word olumba?
To be honest, we created the beat with Triton. I had an idea. I sent it to Triton. I told him I want something like this. Let's play something that is deep. I want this song to speak to someone. I don't want to just have an album that doesn't have a song that speaks to someone on a very deep level. And that was Olumba for me, because the song speaks to me as well. Even when I play it, I feel what impact it has on me as a person, even though I'm the one who created it, because I feel like the ideas are out there for all of us. This song would have landed on any artist. It landed on me because I was listening in that moment. And when I created it, it's like, it's also from my experience. So many people I fight a lot of battles. I may not come out and say things. People fight me on a daily basis. People fight my music from being played. People fight me every time. They don't want me to be the guy I am. They don't want me to speak up for myself. People keep fighting on a daily basis. And just creating that song is just to encourage me, like, oh, no matter how they fight, they will fight, but the more they fight, the stronger we get. The more they fight, we keep pushing because we have a dream. And that's why I did the song Olumba. Bakola nyo nyo nyo. That's why I didn't say Bakola nyo and I jumped on the next one. I said Bakola nyo 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 bakule mese. Wasigalo Olumba. Olumbo, olumbo, olumba. And that's why there's repetition, is because you're keeping up. You're not just going once, you're going over and over and over. And that's what the song is trying to say. Like, no matter what, And that's why even when I'm starting it, I'm like, Echejo Chiveko, keep
Mhm.
fighting. For anyone who is out there and going, Echejo, Tobeda na Chejo, keep fighting. No matter how they fight, you talk about Bukabi. Obochitegera chise wansi. Obochitegera and keep fighting, amigo. Obochitegera, amigo is like, keep
Friend.
fighting, my friend. Obochitegera. And for me, that's the message. I just want someone to keep fighting. Don't give up on yourself. That song says don't give up on yourself. No matter if you're farming, no matter if you're an artist, no matter if you're a podcaster, whoever you are, whatever job you're doing, don't give up on yourself. There's a reason why you're on this earth.
Every time, even right now when we're talking about it, I get goosebumps. And there's only a few songs that I listen to. And when I listen to a song, it gives me goosebumps. It's like, that's deep. The message in this song, like, it is great. And that's why I was telling you earlier that when I was preparing for this, I wanted to make this song first because I didn't want to run out of time that we don't get to it. I was like, I'm going to put this song first because it's my favorite. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to mess with the order of the album. We're just going to go through it. And there's a line that you say, kanula amaso gateke kuchiloto tewebaka kumuto. That's real talk right there. Like you're basically saying stay alert, stay dreaming, don't fall asleep on small progress. Where were you mentally when you wrote that specific line?
So many of us, like, we don't keep our eyes open sometimes. At times where we have to keep our eyes open, we shut them. But all I was saying is that just open your eyes. Don't sleep. I want you to get to where you want to get to. You're not going to get to that place sleeping. Open up your eyes. See the potential you have. Don't sleep on your dream. Don't sleep on the fight. Keep fighting. Bayinza okuttira mu kirooto, so beera ng'otunula. Oba okitegeera osobola okwerwanako. Oba okitegeera. The song is really just an encouraging song. It's a song that uplifts,
That song is really good. And there's another line that I really appreciate that you bring us back to God and you say, Katonda did 7 days the week. But God did. That's a powerful wordplay right there itself. Like, is faith a major driving force in your music? Is that why you put that line in there?
Yeah, just like Cartel said, God is the greatest. God is the greatest because that's why I say it. God is in the lead 7 days of the week. They don't want, but God did. Like DJ Khaled.
God did. Yeah.
God did. Tebagala, but God did. Tolabe mikisa jija mu full speed. Nolwecho tusigala tusonga. We lead. Tugenda sigala tusonga. We are going to go forward because we can see that success is coming. I can see it. With all this hard work, I can see that the success is coming. So no one is going to stop me. It's not just me in the lead. I am here with God. So God is the driving force.
I like how you started this song. You started talking about this song when you say, I go through a lot. Because we see a lot, like even as fans, I say, Wano. Recently, I saw another poster somewhere. Like, Epas is not even in the top 10, but whatever. I see that stuff and just scroll past it. There's a lot of that stuff, and we can never go away from it. Somebody told me on TikTok, he said, your podcast is terrible, or blah, 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 blah. And I went on his page. He doesn't have anything to show that he has done. Only things he has on his page is other people's work that we were talking about. He gets the clip, he puts on his page. Like, why don't you come fight with me when you show me what you've done? Like, we have all those people. But
what you can
this song is a great reminder. It feels like therapy, but not just for you as an artist, like you said, but for us, the listeners. Like, it is really, really a good song. And if you've not checked this song out, take a chance. Listen to it, but also read the lyrics of this song. And that's why we're doing this, for you to get it better. And that's because you might listen to Olumba and you feel the beat. And you performed your concert too. It was a good performance.
Yeah. It was special. Like even performing it at the concert, it was so special. Getting to that point to say all that. Because I performed like 4 songs from the new album, APAS. And for me, it was just important that those songs were not even 2 months old.
Right.
And I had to sing them on the concert. It was just so special. Very, very special.
But also you balance out like the inspiration with like, this is a song you can dance to, check a little bit. So it's a good song. So we go to track number 6, Wano. Track number 6. Now this one, man, it's Timmy. It's romantic. It's unapologetically bold. It feels like a man talking to his ride or die, like with zero filter. Like, because there's my line in this song, it says, "You are mine for life, torture." Actually, the very first, the beginning of the song, how you said it, "You're mine for life, torture. You're mine, baby." Like that's pure fire.
Yeah.
That's the opening part of the song. Where were you emotional when you laid that down, that line?
The good thing, I did this song when I was in a relationship, and I'm still in a relationship. So it's just beautiful because I did it around the time when my girlfriend was coming back to Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's part of the inspiration for the song. You know, she's part of the inspiration, not fully the whole song, because some things are really fictitious and stuff, like you're just trying to do stuff, you know? But it's just interesting. You are my baby, nkwagala vityango musheshe bwafa kunte ya mata. Tola baby yango bidina come checking na my brain molisa wabina. You know, it's just a reminder, you know, you are my baby. You know, I love you so much, you know. Ngo musheshe bwafa kunte ya mata. Just showing you the relativity to how the Westerners care about their cows.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, that care, that attention to detail.
There's also another line that you say, "Bakufebya, bakwera biza who you are," and that's deep. You're basically saying,
"Bakufebya, bakwera biza who you are."
Yeah.
Like, know who you are. You're amazing.
Right.
Just like letting someone know, like, you're good enough. Don't look at yourself and feel small.
Yeah.
Look at yourself confident. Just know you're beautiful. You're amazing. You know, you've probably been with some people, but those people didn't treat you as good as you deserve. That's why I was saying, Gezako Wano, try this. This is special. This is something you need. And funny enough, this was inspired by a gospel song. I won't go in details of how, but it was, which is so weird.
But the song itself, like, it's really uplifting. You have a line that says, "Body bends tovanga VTs." Like, don't lower yourself, like, keep yourself up here.
And no disrespect kubavuga VTs naye akabeyi ka wansi muko compare datene quality ya Benz bintu birala nnyo, so body Benz tobanga VTs. And I saw that straight when I pushed in the keys.
There's another one that says, "Look deep in my eyes, I don't criticize." Like, it's kind of giving like a safety to somebody, like, I won't look at you like how the other person looked at you.
I want to see you as you. Don't try to add anything to yourself. You are enough. Don't criticize. You know, I look at you and I wouldn't criticize you. I'd rather see you be yourself fully. And that's just enough for me.
This song, Wano, is a sexy song, but it's also real. Like, it's messy, loyal, hot, affirming. Like, we've broken it down. Was it your goal to create something that feels both raw and intentional?
Yeah, most definitely, because every song on this album has a reason. Because people do love songs and all of them sound the same. I'm always trying to have a different take on a song. Like, if I'm doing a song, it should be telling a particular story. It should be having a different kind of approach to it. And for me, this approach for this song was just something different. It was a bit religious. Like, it's like religious love. Like, I love you the way you are, you know, and try this because you've tried so many things. It's just like how someone has tried Buddhism, they've tried Islam, they've tried Jehovah's Witness, and then they get born again and they're like, you know what, this is it, you know, the born again faith, I'm now here. So something like that, just to give you context. Yeah.
Track number 7, Ting Shot. Now let's turn it all the way up because Ting Shot is straight up dancehall chaos in the best way possible. From the moment the beat drops, you say, she said she want, and I'm not going to try to sing, I'm just going to read it. She say she want food. Me be your mvazo, is it? Yeah. Like, straight up from the first, it's on. Like, it's cheeky, it's magnetic, it's a certified club banger. Like, I play this song and I'm just like, there's no way you can stay seated when this song is playing. Like, let's start right there. What inspired this track? Was it a party track album by design?
Yeah, it was a party song. I just wanted it to be a party song. You know, I wanted to have like a dancehall song that is just party. Even when we shoot the video, it's really going to be a party kind of project because it has that life of the party, you know? Turn it up, Ting Shot, my girl, turn it up, Ting Shot, Ting Shot. Your thing is shot like electricity. It's shock like a gunshot. Like, Ting Shot. Yeah, I just wanted to bring the energy in that one.
Actually, it's funny you explained that because that was going to be my second line. I have this line, turn it up, the Ting Shot. Like, I was going to ask you what Ting Shot means in that context, but
it's short. That's why I told you, like, this album is more army-like. Despite everything, it feels like a combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of album.
So in the outro, you say, how you whine on the time is all I want to see. Love the pressure that you're putting on me. It's interesting, like even in this hype, fast-paced track, like you end up with a kind of emotional vulnerability. Like, was that intentional?
Yes, intentional because I'm going into a next song. So everything is like very, very calculated. An album is not a compilation of songs. You plan it out. It's not just something you just put in. There's need for continuity.
The reason why I wanted to do this with you, because I feel like you have the deepest lyrics in most of the songs I've had. And no disrespect to any other artists out there, but for me, and this is just my opinion, when I listen to your songs, I read a line, I'm like, oh yeah, but like you listen to it more and then you kind of get it because it takes time. Like it takes time to understand that. And this is really meaningful to me that I'm able to sit down with you to break these songs down, because this just shows like you just don't go deep in lyrics, but you do melodies, and you also burn the dance floor with this song, Ting Shot. And it's not just a vibe, it's laid with culture, like straight up fun. It's like really dancehall to show the people. And the perfect line you said, I asked you the outro of the song. I was like, yeah, because I was going into the next song. And in the next song, track number 8, Limit. Damn, Limit. This song, it's featuring Liko Banji, first of all. And this one hits different because it's rugged edge. There's like interplay between tension and control. Like it's flirty, it's confrontational, it's powerful. You and Liko Banji like go back and forth like with a lyrical sparring partner. Like, and let's get into the first punch. Like, no limit when I deal with you. And before actually we go into this breakdown, why did you decide to bring Liko Banji? And shout out to Liko Banji, because the energy she brought on this song, like I could just see her. Like I can't wait for the video, but like I could see her energy into the song.
Liko Banji is my favorite. I feel like she's someone that needs to try more genres. So because I know her and how she loves like Vybz Kartel, she's a big Vybz Kartel fan. I wanted her on a song like Spice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where she's bringing a bit of energy, because most of her songs are like low tempo, very easy, very chill. I wanted her on a song that exceeds her limit. That's why I put her on a song called Limit.
Yeah.
Because it was just something else. I had sung that chorus, but I was like, nope, I need to have Liko Banji sing here. And give it a twist, and also be part of something like this. And
so to the line that I was saying, you say no limit when I deal with you. Like that's pure APAS swagger right there. Like it's not about holding back any emotions or physically or creative. It's a declaration of this like connection on your artistry, and has no boundaries.
We are taking it further. Push it to the limit.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Like when you said no limit, are you talking about the love performance or place in the industry, in the music industry?
It's the limit of our experience, our love experience, because this is how I put it together. So for the first verse, it says, call my phone any day, anytime. My girl, I will be right there in a minute. Check WhatsApp, me see her resume. Like she sent me a picture of herself and how she looks, her body shape.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw the resume, I said, my girl, I will be right there in a minute. She called my phone. So I'm like, call my phone any day, anytime, my girl. I will be right there in a minute. Check WhatsApp. Me see her resume. My girl, I will be right there in a minute. You know? My girl full of art. But what is she trying to exhibit?
Yeah.
Nasembo okulaba that bat in a cricket. But actually, since I mean bat, her bat, her nyash. But I said Nasembo okulaba that bat in cricket. Because cricket also has a bat.
Yeah.
You know? Nasembo okulaba that bat in a cricket. Take it to the top of the limit. I don't rush. I don't come in a minute. I hope you understand that.
I hope you understand.
Mukategede, because when you rush,
Yeah.
you may come in a minute. They will call you a 1 minute man.
1 minute. What? Now,
Yeah.
did you intend to make this a power duet with Little Banji, or did Banji take it there herself? Like, how did you even get? Who? Like, take me back to when you got the song, and how did you choose to get Banji on this song? What made you want to get her on that?
When I listened to it, I knew she would do well on it. So she had come to do her own song at the studio. And after she was done, I was like, Banji, I want to play a song. I feel like I want you to be part of the hook. Because you'd sound really good and it will be a different thing if you're doing this. She did a couple of takes until we found the right one and we just worked with it. That's how I got Banji on the song.
And Banji did great. That song, it's actually, I think I would say that's my second favorite. Now, I don't know, but the energy that you had with her and her coming back on this album was really great. Banji is like a great artist. She's really dope.
She was
artist.
the only one on this album.
She was the
actually,
only.
funny
I know.
enough,
I
the
noticed
only
that too.
collaboration.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Little Banji, man. You're great. And did you
Amazing.
place this on track 8 because now the album is opening up? I know we're coming towards the end, but like the song to be track number 8, like was that intentional to put it right there?
I looked at this album as a football match. You play with 11 players. Pelle was the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So each number is like a position on the football pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yes,
actually,
so
that makes sense because on the
number-
football pitch, each number you have a specific role, like you have
Yes,
something
so
to
the
do.
number 8 is more of an attacking midfielder.
Exactly.
And we're talking about all that flirtatious stuff, which is also in the middle.
Yeah.
So it was just that midfielder right there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes. So when you listen to the song, it shows you that stuff, It shows you all that. So it made sense to have it on number 8.
That is funny because that song, it reminds us that there's no limit to this album, or it was the album's direction. So there's no limit. It can go anywhere. And you've noticed that up we're here. Like we were emotion, we were here, we're motivation. So there's no limit to this album. Like it can take you anywhere you want to go. Whether you want to go okay. We go to track number 9. See Them. Now this one right here, See Them. This is like episode now, a real boss talk.
Yes.
So the first line I want to pick out on this one is Nze to have fun, sagala kuwulira bizibu, me no want none. It's like a mission statement.
Yeah.
Like you're not here for drama, not emotionally, not socially.
Yes.
What is this song really about?
In a nutshell, this song is like, I'm here to have fun. Don't tell me your stories. It's like you came into a place, like maybe in a lounge or like in a car, in a club, and you've just come to have fun. You don't want to hear people's stories. You're here to actually enjoy. That's why the song just starts, Naze to have fun. Sagala kuwulira bizibu mino wa non. Oba kitegeera. So I just want to have fun with the ladies in the club. I just want to enjoy myself. I'm not out here to talk, But I see them. When I see them, when I please. I got money on my mind. That's all I see. I'm more focused on the money and the ladies. Don't bring me no stories. Those two things are what I'm focusing on right now. So you're telling me other things sagala biwulira okamya nnome. Genda okole ebirala. All I want to hear is ladies and my money. Period. So the song was just like, if you're not about this business, get out of my face. I see them when I please.
Exactly.
Not when they please, though.
You say girls love AP like vitamin D. How? Talk to me about that line.
That line is very, very sensual in a sense. Because girls love AP like vitamin D. So where it starts from it is what it shows you. Girl to me, let me say, naze to have fun. Sagala kuwulira bizibu mino wano. Mumwasigaza bigambo. No man in my section, no man in my section. It's only girls to my bundle. Man blessed with strength and ability. You know the doctor's mic is ziggity. You get me?
Yeah.
The doctor's mic is ziggity. You know, mic is ziggity. The doctor's mic is ziggity. Girls love AP like vitamin D. And you know what people call vitamin D? If we just want to keep this PG. You know?
Yeah.
Girls love AP like vitamin D. Do a little rewind or love what I did. So I was like, you rewind this and listen to the verse again to understand what I'm trying to say. When I say girls love AP like vitamin D, go back to the other lines to understand what I mean.
To get the context.
To get the context.
Yeah.
Why I said girls love AP like vitamin D. So the song is supposed to be rewinded at that time. Then someone goes back and listens to the verse again. And they're like, oh, that's what he meant. And then they just go forward with the song.
I don't know. I don't want to like praise this so much, but I feel like if somebody's listening to this podcast episode, it's different, it's unique, but it's actually going to open up a lot of people's minds on how they listen to music, how they look at the song. Like, you need to take time to actually enjoy this song, to learn the lyrics and all that stuff. Because it's fun. Like, the more you learn the song, the more it grows up with you. Like, I could listen to a song sometime. I was like, and a lot of people say that, but you give it a second listen, read the lyrics. I was like, hey, I was sleeping on this song. I was sleeping on this tune. It's a really good tune.
Exactly. And so many people sleep on tunes because they are not really listening. They are hearing. And that's a big problem. But if someone is listening, you know, they're like, okay, Apa said what? Ndaba my money and girls, yo. Nteka dilika ina kapo. Sikulaba nebontunula mu maaso. Onyize olowooza mbuno nfaayo. Like, I'm already like high. Like, you know, sikulaba nebontunula mu maaso. Oba okitegeera. Onyize olowooza mbuno nfaayo.
You have this line too. Is it Kayan pull one Judas on me? Is it Kayan? The name is Kayan. Cyan.
Let me see. What verse was that? Oh, no, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Fine girls are glued up to me.
Yeah.
I'm not green, I'm blue like the sea. You can't pull one Judas on me. Like Zakundi Amulukwe. So basically, I'm saying, you know, fine girls are glued up to me, but I'm not green.
Yeah.
I'm blue like the sea. Like, I can see if someone is being fake or someone is here for the drinks or whatever. So you cannot betray me. Basically, I can watch. I'm seeing you.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Like, is that something that you had gone through? Like, something that made you cautious about your circle? Like, you had that line in there. Is it something that you've gone through where somebody is pulling up on you with like fakeness?
No, really. Like, it's just to show awareness that I'm aware of my surrounding. You can't fool me. You know, I'm aware of what is going on, despite me having fun or whatever, you know, because I'm saying my life is a movie. Keep your eyes on me. I will prove it. You know, I will prove it. Sikunyumiza story. Keep your eyes on me. You will see that today, that fine girls are glued up to me. I'm not green. I'm blue like the sea. I can see everything.
Right.
You know, my eyes are open to see. Can't pull one Judas on me. That's how sharp I am. So you're not going to come when I don't know. So you're going to come and I'm going to know.
I'll be ready for you.
You know? I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
We move on to track number 10, Olina. Track number 10, this
Holina.
Straight hit, dancehall vibes, quick decisions.
That one is also dancehall,
Yeah. But it's more than a turn up. There's commentary in the confidence. Them people na bad.
Them people na badder than we. Those people are not badder than us.
Yeah.
Tebatu sobola even on their best day. Tugusunda tuyimiridde. Oba okitegeera?
omwenge.
I think I said tugusunda
Yeah, tugusunda tuyimiridde ate tetukoowa kuba we make big money.
Tetukoowa because we make big money. Obochitegeera. This song is about being in the club and people who are enjoying themselves in the club. Like someone is in the club and they're enjoying themselves, you know, as a boss. Because for me, I'm speaking from my perspective as a boss, you know? So as I say all these things, whatever, and then I see someone, Olina, confidence.
Yeah. Olina,
and this girl has confidence. She's in the club having all this confidence, but I'm a boss. I could even be a waiter. And I'm just watching this whole experience of looking at this girl that has a lot of confidence. This song is for the girls in the club that are confidently enjoying themselves. When they go, they lose themselves and lose themselves to the music and enjoy themselves in the club without a care of who is watching, and they dance their ass off. That's the song in a nutshell.
In the same song, you have a line that's not sugarcoating at all. It's raw but real. You say, onkwata ku shoulder ng'akola massage ounyaka amadeka duka ofune omuswaki. Like, do you ever hold, like, tell me about the line, like, what?
The line was just so funny. Toli report ebibuzo mbuza byaki. You know? Like, people are just coming to talk to me. Naye man, toli report ebibuzo mbuza byaki. Obochitegeera onkwata ku shoulder ng'akola massage owunyaka mwagenda ofuna omuswaki. Like, you know, some people will be talking to you, but they are not even thinking that their mouth is stinking. Because some of the times they are chewing gum. But the problem is that you chew chewing gum on a stinking mouth, and the chewing gum starts stinking as well. And then your mouth stinks even more. So I was talking about someone who's trying to talk to you, but they are not fresh enough. On the mouth, atayogera bingi. Ochitegeera, like, genda ofune omuswaki. But in actual sense, you're just telling someone to just leave you alone so that you enjoy yourself. Or you watch this girl who's having confidence. Like, don't distract me. I'm enjoying myself and I'm having a time of my life watching this girl that is whining and enjoying herself. Just let me watch. Let me enjoy. Don't distract me.
And now it brings us to track number 11, the last track and the name of the album, Apers. This is like Apers going full beast mode. And that's what I was telling you earlier, that there's a purpose why there was Pelle to start with and Apers at the end. Like, this is beast mode. Like, track number 11 is called Apers, and it feels like you're stepping into a ring with every bar that you were putting out. And you start, you know, you have a line that says, Nakoe bia drama, now I'm back with a hammer. Got nothing to lose. I'm a suicide bomber. Like, you open up with this intense image, walking away from all the drama, returning with aggression.
Yeah.
Why did you pick the suicide bomber metaphor? Is it about willing to go all in or consequences to be damned?
First thing first, that song was going to be the first song.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it was going to be the first song. But then I had to make it the last song because of how it was ending.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to talk about the ending part of it, because I remember the first day I listened to this song, I was like, this man.
You know, because of the... Yes, you know? Yes, Tukomewencha, like, people were defeated.
Yeah.
So basically, track number 11 was the defeat. Because when you listen to everything and get to track number 11, you just know that this guy is not on your level. He's on a different planet, you know? And for me, why I said Nakoe bia drama, now I'm back with a hammer, it was just showing people, reassuring them that I'm back to this dancehall vibe and you're not going to play with me. I'm tired of the games. Nakoe bia drama, now I'm back with a hammer. I got nothing to lose. I'm a suicide bomber. When someone has nothing to lose, they can be a suicide bomber. When you still have something to lose, go wataka grenade no kakasuka. Toyagala kakube. Ne suicide bomber abaze fena tubifiru. Obokisegeera, suicide bomber batalina kyakuluuzinga. Bamusuubiza nti family egenda afuna ebyokulya, bagenda giwa sente empitirivu nagamba okaleka ngende neesaddaake. You get me? So then the person comes in and he's ready for anything. That's what I was trying to show someone, that Nakoe bia drama, now I'm back with a hammer. I got nothing to lose. I'm a suicide bomber. Buli kyenkola kikopebwa, bad manner. Rhymes zange bazikozesa to get honor. Oba kitegeera? Like they go to a stage, people use my rhymes, people use my skills to get honor and then laugh, hee hee hee. But no big, like there's no problem, hee hee hee. Eh? But why would you laugh when you use my stuff and you can't give me credit? You are putting it on your phone, but you're not giving me credit for the inspiration. Like, and then you want to laugh. No biggie, break, and you want us to break bread like manna. Wikidi, I pull up the hammer and I make them stammer. Mulungi muluzungu. Now he loses his grammar. Now esasiri akulio omuntu nga Jeff Dahmer.
I was gonna come to that line because you're referencing like a notorious serial killer. Like, is that how
Yes,
you wanted to
exactly.
say how dangerous you are lyrically in the style?
Yes, that's what I mean, like lyrics. Esasiri akulio omuntu nga Jeff Dahmer. But I'm never on a run. I'm always incognito. Oba kitegera sidduka just mbeerawo naye nga tondaba.
Yeah.
Never on a run. Siddukangako mu music. I'm always incognito. Gwe manya musaayi when you see the mosquito. Oba okitegeera cold with smoke sitegeeza mojito. Big nojito. You okitegeera cold with smoke sitegeeza nojito. Big is big. I can never be little. Never.
Your damn boy can't approach me using a mic or an echo. Like, are you talking about like somebody in there?
Do you know an echo scan? No, just Google it right now. I want you to say it.
Let me get it.
I really want you to get it because it will make more sense.
Okay. A non-invasive imaging tester uses ultrasound waves to create a detailed image of the heart.
So the echo scan does what?
It's used to look at the heart and the nearby blood vessels.
So they cannot approach me even if they use the mic or an echo scan. Because waliwo ebintu byoyagala ogezaako okutuukako ng'olina okusikaninga.
Yeah.
Osobola obbiraba. Oba okitegeera naye ne bw'okozesa mic tosobola kusembera ku level yange ne bw'okozesa echo scan. Oba okitegeera. I was just reminding them that they wouldn't get close.
They cannot.
Whether they used the mic, whether they used an echo scan. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I never got more lyrics.
Okitegedde, them boy can approach man using a mic or a echo scan. Step on them ends like a Air Force One. Then make a end like a cell phone plan. Touchy collar, don't touch pa my shoulder. Me will open up your head like it is a folder. There's the fridge zimpala na kuba me colder. Fe?
Yeah,
Tubana bikopo buze mikonda. Okitegedde? Yeah. Tubana bikopo babuze mikonda.
I was gonna talk about the fridge part. Is like, man, you're cold these days. Like, tewali kusaga, tewali muzanyo.
Tewali kusaga. If they tell you he's a cold-hearted killer, it's me, A-Pass Killer.
That song was another one. Like, I actually, now that we've gone through it, like, I think A-Pass was also my other favorite song, especially the line how you closed it. Like, it was just showing you like kawe demo. Like, I'm here to come away.
Yes. That's why I wanted to end it like that, because that, the going into that, it says overdose with metaphors, Moses with the miracles. Don't forget the syllables. Step them like a cockroach. Tap floor. Kick in every door, in every corridor. Tap 4. No, we only aiming for the pinnacle. Non-stop, no hands up. Gunshot, no ransom. Bullet has a way to make you ugly when you're handsome. Now say no girl, me we do it. I am hands-on. Obochitegeera. So I just want to show you that I'm hands-on. So after all that, I'm like, agambye tukomewo enkya sajja atulemeredde.
Ate mugenda okudda enkya nga ate ali ku level ndala.
Ogenda otuuka enkya nga ate ali ku level ndala. Nga naye togisobola.
Kati okomewo luli.
Okitegeera.
No, I really appreciate this song, and I'm glad we're able to go through all these songs. Just for me personally, and for the listeners, I personally I really love your music and getting a better understanding of your interpretation. And I'm sure even from today, I'm gonna go back and listen to the album, and it'll be different because now I actually have a clear mind than what I had before, like listening to it. And to all our listeners, like people who have not checked out this album, it's streaming on every platform. Even on YouTube, like you can get it anywhere. You can go check it out. And I really appreciate you, Epos, for doing that and putting these songs out here for the people, because you make these songs for the people and to help us to go through whatever we're going through. If you're on go or once you feel down, you play like a Ting Shot, modu nezambuka. Oba oli awo olaba tolina maanyi tokola ki n'okuba olumba ng'olaba ebintu tebitambula, imotivate n'oddamu. Oba oli awo olina akakazi k'oyagala okukwana nga tolina bigambo, okukwala ekiyimba awo ng'okwata pick up line. So it's basically like everything. Buli kimu okisanga omwo.
Yes, all in one spoon.
All in one spoon. So the final segment that I want to wrap up with, I don't know if you had anything to say about the album before we move on to something else.
No. I just wish people would take time and listen to lyrics, because it's important. That's how you appreciate your artist. That's how you understand that your artist is really good. You can only know if you listen, not when you hear vibes. There's a difference with vibes and also listening to lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, I think the other time when we were talking, I think it was last week.
Yeah.
I played you my favorite song at the moment that I'm yet to release. Like, it just takes you somewhere else. And for me, I feel like that's the beauty. Like when you create like art, if someone listens and they're like, wow, that actually is a standout tune. Like when I listen to that, like it takes me somewhere. And for me right now, music is a channel for me to send a message, a very clear message, whatever I'm trying to tell as a story. For example, because this is actually a snippet of that project. I stay up, this is a stakeout, this is my dream. I keep calm, and all my kingdom, this is my life. We make up and we mind my business, play my role. God's my witness, I won't fall. Enemies and devil try take my soul. No. About the feet to wear my shoes, paid my dues, I don't owe. Music take control and still show love to my friends and foes. My G. You get me? Like it has to make sense.
There's a part that I didn't want to bring. I was going to actually talk about this, but I was like, no, I don't know if I can talk about a song that's not yet out. But there's a part you explained to me where you intentionally had a silence in one of the line. We'll break up or something like that. And to me, that blew my mind. Yeah, like that blew my head out. Like there's an intention for something. Like
there's intention to lyrics because, you know, if I say we make up and we break up, I can't say that with something I'm never breaking up with. Yeah. I can never break up with music. So all I said is like, we make up and we mind my business, play my role. God's my witness, I won't fall. Enemies and devil try take my soul. About everybody feet to wear my shoes. And even just that, about everybody feet to wear my shoes. But that means two things. They are not fit to wear my shoes because they can't fit in my shoes. But at the same time, about everybody feet to wear my shoes.
Exactly.
Tebali bigere, at the same time, they are not fit. They are not capable.
Yeah.
Two things.
It's really a lyrical breakdown that we had today. And I'm so happy for this specific episode. It's always a great time with you, just going through this conversation. But before I let you go, I want to do a segment here, like just to hype up people about Diwali. They might have taken this as so serious, but we're going to have some questions. It's called Rapid Fire. It's just the first answer you have in your head, and we'll go with that.
Feel free to labe.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
I breathe.
Kenneth Mugabe say the same exact thing.
College, I breathe. Like, I open my eyes. I'm like, okay, I'm here. I'm in my bed. I'm like, all right, no problem. We're alive.
Name one artist you'd love to work with. People wouldn't expect. People wouldn't expect. Yeah, I wouldn't just be one. Can I name 3 young artists that I look at and I'm like, yeah? Omani, Rain, Bud Sparksy.
There's a guy called Nalukalala. He does sea wine, something like that. He's good. I think he's good. He does a lot of covers, but I think he's also good as a reggae artist. So some of those I would really want to work with. They're young artists, they're up and coming, but they're special.
But actually, while we were talking about it, I appreciated seeing that clip where I know Bebe Cool is releasing his new album. It's coming out. But I appreciated seeing how he invited you guys to go and just take a listen or like give thoughts to it. It was pretty cool to see that.
Yeah. It was a blessing to go there. I was there, I think, the day we recorded my part to listen. I was there with Juliana, which was really amazing, just spending the time talking, catching up. It was nice. It was nice. And Bebe Cool is doing something good with his album.
That answers the question we had last year when you were on the podcast where people said you had a feud with Bebe Cool, which you answered really well. And to see that you're able to be able to hang with the guy. I like Bebe Cool's music. I like his music. So some songs are really, really good. Anyway, back to my rapid fire. Your favorite Ugandan dish?
I think I would take nyama mbinyeebwa with all food. Oluwombo lw'ennyama mbinyeebwa with all food. All local food.
What's one thing that people always get wrong about you?
I think people think I'm very arrogant. Yeah, but I'm just so confident. And I stand for myself.
And I tell people, some of my friends or people that are here, to, like when you get to know a person on a personal level or as a person, you'll understand him. I think people have that perception because they don't know you. They just see you. Yeah,
I think that makes a point. But on top of that, people also sometimes hate to see someone who is too confident because they are not.
Yeah.
So it brings the insecurities in them, in their hearts, in their spirit. Like your greatness or whatever you say about yourself just bruises them in one way or another. It just brings a bit of pain, or they reflect on their lives and they don't see that they see themselves like that. So they have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Which is very crazy. It's like when you stand up for yourself and say, I'm not this, I'm that. Like, for example, I saw people on Twitter complaining when I said that I can't compare myself with radio because I believe I'm a different artist and he's a different artist. People were saying I'm saying that I am better than him. I already told you I am better for myself. I am the only A-pass. I am not trying to be like radio. I'm not trying to be like Chameleon. I'm not trying to be like any of those guys. I'm just trying to be me. Mm-hmm. Why would I compare myself when my skill level is different from another man? The way we think is totally different. The way we write is totally different. For me, I believe people should grow up. It's easy for people to try to spin something to fit their narrative so that they have something to say. Like, omuntu aba anoonya wa kuvumira. Ajja kukola buli kisoboka okumisquotinga ky'oyogedde, akimisinterpretinge, akyogere nga bw'ayagala okyogera, so that someone says that, oh, he's arrogant. You see what he's just said?
Yeah.
But what I just said is something different. I'm saying I believe this guy was an amazing poet and a storyteller, but I'm more of a lyricist.
Mm-hmm.
Because my words, the way I play around with words, is not the way he plays around with words. So because he makes music that is easy for you to digest and you like it, it does not make me less of a man. I have to stand for myself and I say I have quality as an artist as well. You're not going to compare me with another man and you're not going to say another man is better than me because it's not true.
Right.
It is your personal truth because you like the person, and I also have my personal truth and experience being myself. And the person you're talking about, I've spent more than 9 hours with him in a day to know how he thinks, to understand how he writes. I've been with him in studio. I've worked with him. He knows who I am. He knows my skill level. He died knowing that. You didn't. You didn't even have an experience with him like I did. So you talk from a fan's perspective. I talk from an artist's perspective. That's why when you see things like that, you rarely see artists say anything. You only see some fans who are anti-A-pass say something because they already don't like me. But for an artist who knows art, they wouldn't argue with what I said. They would understand it.
And like that's what I was gonna say. Like in Uganda, when you're not, if you're different or if you have a different perspective on something, gwafuka enemy or wedaga bichi bichi. We're not gonna agree on the same things all the time, but that's okay. And it's
Which
somebody's
is
okay
fair.
somebody's okay to have their own perspective. Now, if you're doing things different than the norm, I tell you have pride or kolabichi. No, it's not like that. Anyway, the final question: if you weren't a musician, what would you be doing right now?
Probably would have been a footballer.
Yeah. You'd have saved man.
I would have been a footballer. But at the same time, I don't think I would have been anything if I wasn't a musician. I think my calling was this. Despite the fact that I can give you something that I think I would have been, I don't think anything comes close to what I do. Nothing. Football has a stage where you retire. With music, you can't retire. It's something that I don't force to do. It's natural. Every day it pushes me. I don't know why I do music. I have no reason. I honestly don't. I may put up a reason and say, oh, you know what? I want to make people happy. You know what? I want to do this. Yes, those are other things. But the truth is that I don't know why I do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there is something beyond my understanding. There's something beyond my understanding. And that's something I'll probably ask God. Because I also don't know why I'm the guy I am, why I'm APAS, why I do this music, why I create the lyrics I create. Sometimes I don't even know my thought process. Like, I listen to my song and I'm like, did you write that? Will you even ever write anything better than that? That's how crazy it is. And I always end up doing things that are also different over and over and over. And it's just gratitude and respect and thankfulness to God. Because I don't know how I am the man I am. I honestly don't know.
Epas, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. I love talking to you, your dedication to your craft, your music, the lyrics that we just broke down, the visuals I usually do, even with like the short clips that you do for your songs. It's always truly inspiring. So thank you very much for this time. I never take your time for granted. If there's a lot of people that I don't really see you going around to do like a bunch of interviews, but every time you give me an opportunity to sit down almost 2 hours, it's never taken for granted, and I really appreciate that.
Give thanks. It's a blessing and an honor. It's because you come from a pure place. For me, it's easy to have a conversation with someone who's coming from a good place. That's why I watch your podcasts, the episodes, different episodes of different people. Whenever I have some time, I get to watch, and why is because they're coming from a pure place. And for me, that's it. Like, we're not trying to bash people or whatever, or beat other people against each other. It's just for the art, and for me, people come from a pure place. It's easy for me to operate with them. But when people come from a weird place, it's difficult for me to operate with them because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We only want to work with things that make sense.
Hey there, my name is Bonnie Chibuka, the podcast host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a feedback on this podcast because that's how we grow. Thank you very much and be blessed.
Yo, Wagwan, this is APAS and I'm on the Ugandan Boy podcast. And trust me, today was amazing. We had an amazing conversation and I would love you to watch it. Watch the whole episode. Get to enjoy and understand how I think, how I put together lyrics that are free from gimmicks. Try to get that in your head, And you also get to hear about my concert, how it came about, and the whole process around the concert. It's important for us to teach and preach. And I'm here reaching out. Here I reach, the Ugandan Boy podcast. Don't see it.
Elevate your podcast game today. Are you looking for a perfect place to record your podcast in Kampala? Look no further. Danceoff Studios, located at Ivory Plaza on Wilson Street, Level 3, Room 4, is a perfect place for you. Danceoff Studios has professional recording equipment, comfortable and creative environment, expert for all your podcast needs. Book your session today. Find them on all social media platforms or reach out to them directly to secure your spot. Let them make your podcast dream a reality. Danceoff Studios, where stories come to life. I really wanted to do something like this because I think it's pretty cool for people to get a clear understanding of the song. And
yes, exactly. And that's the beauty. Like when someone expresses themselves and tells you exactly what they were doing, and why, you get a clear picture. And for me, there's a very clear picture when it comes to the lyrics when I talk about them, because I know why I wrote the song. So it's easy for someone to get like an in-depth understanding of where I'm coming from as an artist. And that's why this podcast has been so amazing, because I've not really sat down to detail a song before, like a full album. This is my first time, so this is actually special. So I would like to thank you, because it's never easy. Like, so many people are very shallow. They just want to talk about 1, 2, 3 things and boom, they're off. But here it makes more sense, man. I'm putting on a suit, man. I'm dressed up so clean. And I'm here to talk for 2 minutes. Let's talk about a whole album. Let's talk about a concert. This would inspire an artist. If an artist sees how I think, it could help them also think a certain way to create their art. So for me, I think it's important, and having such an exchange is beautiful, and it's a teachable moment for anyone within the art or anyone trying to thrive,